Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yes, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Well, let me take you back to just 20 minutes ago. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am about to embark on a brand new adventure inside of a brand new game. This is Crimson Desert. This has been my most anticipated game of the year. It's also the biggest game that I've ever played, but let's try and keep it simple. I'm the Spiffing Brit, I break video games and create unstoppable characters. This video is sponsored, and despite only having access to the game for the last 3 days, I've already played over 42 hours. But with all of the simple stuff out of the way, who are we, where are we, and what can we do? This is Kliff. He's a Greymane warrior. Think of them like a mercenary company. And despite my playtime, I've seen only a tiny fraction of this world. Yep, look, this is everything I've explored, and then the world map just keeps on going. There is no end to this thing. And finally, the biggest question for last, what can we do? Yeah, you know what, that question's actually impossible to answer. Let's just move on. As my current mission requires me to go back to that hill over there, now I could physically travel the 2.5 kilometers to get there, or alternatively, I can do a little bit of teleportation shenanigans to place myself in the sky above my camp. Right, welcome to Crimson Desert's abyssal realm. It is located above the rest of the world. So yes, I'm standing up here, and down there is the mountain I was previously standing on. The place I'm headed to? Well, that's my camp. There's just one slight issue. It's down there. So let's jump. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this world is massive. It's truly magnificent and glorious, and if you can see it, you can travel to it. You want to go climb a big mountain or stand atop of a pointy spire, go for it. The sky's the limit. But for me at the moment, we're returning to base. Our base isn't exactly anything too fancy, it's mostly a camp, but the more resources you sink into it, the more it builds up and develops, and it's gone from being a tent in a field to actually having a little bit of a wooden structure going on. How very cool indeed. Right, so there we go. We have just fantastically crashed our way down back into our own camp. It's good to be home. Ooh, straight into a cutscene. Oh my goodness, what's this? Fireworks? Okay, right, it seems that the people of Hernand are having some kind of harvest festival, potentially inspired by my many great exploits across the realm. And there is a, foreboding wooden box that is emanating dark noises. I'm sure this ominous thing definitely won't contain some kind of boss for us to fight. So yes, with the big old festival on, we actually get invited personally to the castle's banquet, as representatives from the neighboring kingdom are visiting, and it's all feeling a little bit suspicious. So it's off to the castle we go, and I guess we may as well take care of these bandits on the way. Yes, these are the bleed bandits. Unfortunately, they're going to shoot me, but I can, yes, do some pretty funky combo moves to absolutely decapitate several of them. Oh yes, you guys are going to try and hit me? Well, guess what? Big spin attack. You're dead. Now, I've currently built Kliff in a manner that specializes heavily in terms of using a sword and shield. So these archers here don't really pose much of a threat to me. However, I can also bring out my own bow and arrow and shoot back at them. There's just one slight issue. Unlike my sword, which is very efficient at killing people, it takes 6 arrows to kill 1 person. Yes, Kliff isn't exactly an archer at heart. Even so, I can't help but think to myself that in a massive open-world video game full of exploration and adventure, surely the stealth archer must still reign supreme. These are the fundamentals that have been imbued into us by our terrifying Lord Todd Howard. So with the bandits dead and their corpses looted, I can make my way over to the town of Hernanden. Of course, the world is populated by literally everything and anything. I can steal this tiny duck. I'm not going to steal the tiny duck. That seems horrifically immoral. To steal a duckling, my goodness. I would never do an immoral thing. In fact, in this video, you're going to see absolutely no immoral acts whatsoever. Well, everyone seems incredibly merry and jubilant in the town. There's joyous celebration everywhere. various carnival games. And here we are. We've arrived at this glorious place. Oh dear, and our first mission appears to be a grumpy horse that's not behaving. Right, and it would appear my mission is to calm down a horse. Fantastic. Hello there, horsey. Right, so now we've got the horse taming aspect of this game. Yep, horse taming is a mini game. Yep, it's one of the things you can do alongside various forms of gambling, wrestling, full-on MMA boxing. Oh, and don't forget arm wrestling. That's also a mechanic. There's archery contests. You know what? I can't even list them all off. But anyway, with the horse tamed, we lead it to the stables, and it's finally time to attend this banquet. Oh yes, look, there's this absolutely massive box. Why on earth did they let this in? It even moved. It moved. Oh dear.
Ah, there you are. I see you got your invitation. The banquet is about to begin.
Oh, the time has come to unveil the Grand General.
Oh my goodness. The Grand General Special Gift. I'm sorry. The Grand General Special Gift. What could it be? Right, let's find out. It's got feet. What the hell? I'm sorry, but what? Right, okay, and now the musketeers are going to deal with this beastie creature. Cool, they brought in a magical beast for the express purpose of shooting it. Oh, well, it's all gone horribly wrong. Goodbye. Yep, okay. I believe we have ourselves a boss fight. Kirush the Slayer, who immediately just yeeted me into a wall. Now, one thing I can do is I can slow down time and fire off a bunch of arrows. And as you can see, that's pretty good. And oh dear, the beast is roaring at me. I think this devil's mask I can put on my face should protect me a little bit from his roar. Oh my goodness, it won't protect me from getting mangled into a pillar. Yeah, so there were pillars on this side of the room that I could hide behind. They're all gone now. Whoa, sir, please do not barrel roll into me. All right, we'll slow down time, do a bunch of focus shots again, and fire off. Slow down time again. Come on, go. Right, my archery is proving more and more effective. Unfortunately, though, I have been absolutely devastated. Yes, I want Kliff to actually be a powerhouse, and unfortunately for me, this massive beast has other ideas. It can jump around a room, smash pillars, and just well and truly mangle us into a million pieces. So let's instead think a little bit outside of the box and give up on fighting this gentleman for now, as I'm about to invite you to Operation Explosion. Yes, who doesn't like a big boom? So in order to make this operation happen, we actually need to travel off to a different part of the map, an area that I haven't even visited yet. Somewhere over the haunted hill, towards the Deep Fog Basin, is a gentleman who trades in very, very specific things. And we are going to do business with this gentleman. So away Kliff rides on his magical horsey, crossing bridges, climbing peaks, and going completely the wrong way. I need to pull out my map. Yep, going completely the wrong way. Back the way we came. I shouldn't have crossed that bridge. But yes, I don't really know how else to say it, but this game is genuinely gorgeous to play. You'll quite regularly find yourself not necessarily playing the game as much as just experiencing the world and atmosphere. Now, as this area of the world is unexplored to me, there's various cool things for me to find, like this sealed abyss artifact. This is basically a skill up point. However, because it's sealed, I have to complete its mission before I can unlock the skill point. The mission it wanted me to do is to jump off from the abyss somewhere up there and reach the ground in 30 seconds. Yeah, that definitely sounds a little bit brutal, but hey, also fun. Whilst playing it, I really don't exactly know how to describe this game. It's definitely part Skyrim, part Dark Souls, part fighting game. It's definitely not just a full RPG, and it's also not just an MMO that's in a perpetual single player mode. It feels like a weird hybrid, and the only genre the developers seem to ascribe to it is that it's an open world game. And you know what? I think they're right. This is definitely an open world game. Alright, so through the clearings we go, and is that, yep, that's another settlement on the horizon. Alright, so if I had to guess, my destination is in that big settlement over there. Okay, and throw ourselves off. Let's go. Wee! Through the wilderness we fly. Yes, I don't have much stamina, which means I'm going to fall out of the sky really quickly, but it's okay, that's why. Ooh, I'm gently gliding. Right, so here we are. We've arrived, but I'm looking for a nefarious gentleman. And inside of this building, we have ourselves Ah, a bank. Hello there, Mr. Bank. Okay, the way banks work is pretty simple. You can exchange silver into gold bars, and you can register a strongbox and store gold bars in it, yielding it compound interest. Yes, this game has compound interest. You know what? Screw it. Let's open an investment account, and what is it? Change investment strategies. Screw it. High risk investment. Let's deposit a gold bar. I've got 1 gold bar. This is fantastic. I think more games should have investment strategies. This is incredible. Oh dear. Is there someone behind the bank? Let me climb over. Who's on the other side of the bank? Oh, there is someone on the other side of the bank, and it's the gentleman I want to find.
Can I trust you not to black?
It's Frack. He's a mischievous little goblin who's a black alley salesman. He sells all the usual stuff like various disguises and cloaks and abyss cores, which are kind of like enchantments. But most importantly, he sells these bad boys here. Explosive Arrow. They cost 6 silver each, which is very expensive, but they detonate in a glorious explosion when they land. So of course I'm going to buy the 2 that he has in his inventory. Unfortunately, I'm going to need far more than 2 arrows. Now I've wandered into the tavern because, you know, taverns are very useful. They sell important things like braised ribs, steamed eggs, but also tea. Yes, tea is very useful in this game, and in fact, it's quite powerful, so you always want to be buying some. Yes, good. And I could engage in the arm wrestling, but I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, this video is going to balloon into nightmare quantities. Right, you join me back in this lovely world as we're about to engage in a little bit of farming, but no, this isn't farming for crops and potatoes like our Irish brethren across that narrow sea. We're instead doing a spot of British farming, which involves killing people and stealing the stuff they leave on the ground, because that stuff is probably worth money. The reason I'm doing this is quite simple. I only know of 1 location that sells explosive arrows, and the gent only sells 2. I then have to wait an entire day for his shop to reset, so in the downtime, I might as well become a mass murderer. But in this world, there's always people to murder. Allow me to introduce you to my favorite location in the game so far. This is Fort Pywel. It is a very large bandit stronghold filled with various enemies and a dangerous spooky boss. You'll see the bar on the left. Basically, if I murder bandits over and over again, eventually this place is meant to become neutral and filled with friendly soldiers, and the bandits go away. For example, I kill this gentleman here, and now we're 1% of the way towards liberating this place. However, the game ever so slightly lies, because in the reality of the situation, the base does not get liberated when I hit 0. The game is actually going to wait for me to go inside of there and defeat the boss, known as the Crimson Nightmare. However, I can choose to avoid this boss entirely, and if I do, the place can never be liberated and enemies will keep spawning in. Enemies that I can repeatedly kill over and over again very easily as they walk around the countryside. And then I can search their bodies and find, a bulging copper pouch. Yes, it's always a brilliant thing when you can get your hands on another man's bulging copper pouch. That sounds utterly terrible. Oh dear. Also, very important thing, when opening the copper pouches, I found you get more money if you open them individually than opening them all at the same time. It is most definitely just a bug, but it's the exact kind of exploitative thing I like to investigate. Alright, we've got another enemy in front of me. Hello there, friend. Right, power shot. Yeet. Goodbye. Power shot. Goodbye. Oh, he's still alive. Come on, get back up. Get back up. Goodbye. Now, you might be wondering what on earth Kliff here has got on his face. This is a unique piece of equipment that I actually farmed to get. It is the crude devil mask that comes with 1 special ability. It allows you to breathe poison, and poison is incredible. It not only stun locks enemies, but it does massive amounts of damage. So provided I'm wearing it and I have it equipped, I can press B and unleash a glorious poison cloud on all of these people, making them super easy foes to kill. Come back here, sir. Your body is made of experience. Yes, that's probably the other key thing to mention. There's a little yellow bar in the bottom left of the screen. Each time I kill an enemy, it fills up slightly. When the bar is full, I get an abyss artifact. I can then spend that artifact leveling myself up and unlocking new skills. Okay, this is a random drop that we can get from these enemies, and this is what I'm trying to farm. It sells for 14 silver, which makes it quite a powerful little thing indeed, and worth a good amount of money. It's got a slight percentage chance of dropping off of any of these enemies, so I can just stand around here and farm them over and over again. Right, so this is a good amount of farming, but realistically we could do with having our bow do some more damage. The fact that it takes me about 4 arrow shots to kill a regular target is a little bit of a shame. So I'm going to travel my way over to the local blacksmith who can upgrade my gear. Because there's no use having explosive arrows if we don't have a nice high base damage to go along beside it. So here we are, back at the lovely town, where I can meet Turnley here. He is the local smith, who allows me to craft various things. What on earth is this? Oh my, sorry, we've got something here. The rabbit leather mask, which gives +2 trust gain. I have to make it. I just can't not. But I'm not actually here to craft, I'm here to improve my weapons. For example, I can improve this rabbit leather mask to increase its defense by 1, at the cost of some thin hides that I've harvested from killing local creatures. There you go, my rabbit mask is now more resistant. Can I do this again? Why not? We're just gonna use the rabbit mask as my primary bit of equipment. I mean, it's definitely not meant to be a serious item in this game, but sure, here we go. So the thing I want to upgrade is my bow. Just one issue, it requires timber. And I don't have any timber at all, so it's time for us to get a little bit creative. Oh, and I'm going to put on my new mask. How do I look? Do I look beautiful? Oh, wow. We look genuinely terrifying. But now I guess when I greet people, yes, I get +7 trust rather than +5. Is this a cat? There we go. Let me just steal this cat. All right, you're coming with me, friend. Oh, I can pet you. Hello. Oh, what is this game? This is insane. If you see something, you just pick it up. There you go. Oh, look, there's a lizard on the floor. Go on, there's a lizard. Go on, get him. Get him. Catch that lizard. I've discovered a new lizard-type creature. Amazing. Right, so time for us to do a little bit of logging. Now, I do have one extra special bit of equipment before I begin. And that is the Brass Warden's Plate Gloves, which gives you a 10% chance of getting a little bit of extra wood every time you chop down a tree. If you want to know where to get them, you'll find them in the bottom floor of the Lioncrest Manor, hidden away in an unmarked treasure box. This game is full of rewards for exploring, so keep your nose to the ground like some kind of sniffer dog. So it's time to engage epic log chopping montage. Yes! Can I just slam this down to break it? Yes, I can. Oh my goodness, now that's how to chop a tree. New tree chopping tech unlocked. Right, so there we go. Montage complete, and this entire beautiful outcropping of trees has been murdered by this axe-wielding rabbit. So with all of my resources gathered, it's time to do a bit of reinforcing as we upgrade the Grey Wolf bow. Let's refine it up a bit. Okay, now it does 2 extra damage. And again. So with our bow upgraded and some more explosive arrows purchased, I think it's time for our rematch against the giant ape. This cutscene is now made all the more better by the fact that I'm wearing an absolutely massive rabbit mask and none of them are going to question it. Right, so let's pull out our bow. Ooh, ow, he's gonna fling me around. Get out of here. And then what I'm able to do is press X. This allows me to slow down time, queue up a bunch of arrows, and open fire. And there we go. Our lovely friend here is now having to deal with being on fire, which allows me to land multiple shots completely unimpeded, because he was stun locked thanks to my glorious explosive arrows. There we go, and you appear to be down. Or not, you picked me up. Go on, Magical Rabbit, do your thing. Okay, yep, we've got ourselves 2 phases. Right, unleash the explosive arrows in a mega charge shot. Go! Oh yes, now that is what I call a good attack. Now I can switch to my regular sword as he's down on the ground, and there's nothing he can do about it. Yes, there we go. Goodbye, entire boss health bar. You don't actually get a turn this combat. Right, third phase, let's go. Now we are out of explosive arrows, so we're going to have to rely on our old reliable sword and shield. Yes, there we go! Fantastic. Thanks to the power of explosive arrows, I have beaten his 3rd phase. Please tell me there is not a 4th phase, and that now we get glorious cutscene death. Oh yes, this is it. Yes! Right, welcome back to the game. We defeated that very devilish boss back up in the castle and went on various adventures, yada yada yada. Oh, and I have myself a pet dog now. Yep, this is one of the dogs you can have. You can even customize them. My editor put a hat on his dog. It's very cute. I'm slightly jealous. Instead, I just have default dog. Yes, you can pretty much turn any creature into a pet, provided you give it enough head pats. Anyway, I thought we'd take a nice little diversion from all of those boss fights to do a good bit of civic kindness. So I'm going to hop on my horse, and we're going to go on a mission to rescue some captured slaves. Seeing as it sounds like deeply serious battle we're heading into, I shall be donning my deeply serious battle helmet. Now, one of the main reasons why you want to get your hands on a dog is quite simple. Dogs are very good at playing the game of fetch, which basically means they'll pick up your loot off the ground, so that way you don't have to. And I can tell you that after 40 hours of gameplay of pressing E to pick things up off the ground, it feels great to have a little minion do it on your behalf. Right, so this is the camp up ahead here. It's looking pretty sizable by bandit camp standards. How very exciting. Right, horsey, you stay here where it's safe. The deeply serious bunny man is going to liberate this area. Well, allow me to introduce you to Mr. Pointy Spiky Boy 5000. There we go, you're dead. Now how about you? Yes, let's hit you with the classic stabby. Yes. Oh, you've got a bow, so you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Fortunately, you're both dead nearly instantly. Oh, hello, you look interesting. And yep, that's going to be dead. Now, of course, we can fight using normal weapons, or we can instead embrace the fact that this game can be just about as silly as you could possibly want it to be. So I'm going to just climb up this hill with this massive jar and find this gentleman here. Hello, sir, you've noticed me. Yeet. Yeah, that was 100% necessary. Oh, I just kicked that man to death. Look at the kicking. The kicking's great. Sir, goodbye. Down there you go. Alright, so there we are, good damage all around. Have I got another barrel I can carry? Yep, I do. Who we got down there? We got an archer. You're going to shoot arrows at me? Oh, he dodged. He dodged. Right, let me quickly kill you. And then let me pick back up another barrel. Right, I can't aim. Yeet. There we go. I broke his toe, and that was enough to make him faceplant and die. Oh, we got ourselves a big squad of men. Right, here we go. It's time for big fight time. Oh, with maximum destruction and wailing around with a big spear. Oh, yes. Nothing makes you feel more like a god than taking on about 20 men at the same time and sending them flying with a massive two-handed spear. Whilst you spin around like some kind of Beyblade. Right, we got 3% left, and we actually have ourselves a special boss, a gentleman who actually is represented by this spicy star, and that makes him far more exciting than everyone else. Unfortunately, I can just spin around in circles and he's evaporated. But just like that, we've managed to finally liberate the camp, which is a lovely thing to do. It betters the environment, fills it with friendly troops, and gives us some nice contribution to the local area. Now, because we cleared out this camp so easily, you may think we're pretty overpowered already, but we're not. You see, where we previously invested our money earlier, there now seems to be a civil war going on, and upon visiting to check on my funds, I found that the enemies there are a little bit spicy. So before we go back to protect our investments, we're going to need to upgrade our gear a little bit. I think it's time to engage with this game's enchanting mechanics. Welcome to the town's local witch hut, where we can meet Elowen here.
I have been waiting for you.
She's a lovely lady who will let us do some magical things, mainly socketing these cores into our items for special effects. For example, I can craft this haste core here, using various things I've collected from around the map, and then I can embed this into a piece of armor to allow me to run faster. Or if I create 2 haste cores, I can make a haste core 2 to allow me to go even faster than that. And guess what? There's a haste core free. Oh my goodness, it's customization. But yes, this system is really silly because effectively I'm allowed to say, take this artifact that allows me to siphon the spirit energy of people, and I can attach it to something that means I often use a lot of spirit. Now, to keep things balanced, the game makes these cores relatively rare to find, but luckily I found just the spot to farm them. Say hello to this plateau right here. It is full of immense power and value, but you probably can't see it. We are located right here on the map. Now, if you look very closely, you might notice that occasionally some of the bushes down there move, and this is exactly where the value is hidden hidden away. For you see, this bush is actually a little creature. So allow me to slow down time and aim a bunch of arrows into it. Goodbye, Mr. Bush. And then what Mr. Bush has done is on the floor, he has dropped down an abyss cell for me to take. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got this bush, which we can steal away very nicely. Perfect. Now the real value comes in the form of these two big guys who have a chance of dropping much more valuable items and these huge power cores. Now if you are farming them, remember that this is a video game, and technically if we were to kill this last guy, this area would be counted as semi-clear and the enemies will need to take some time to respawn. So instead of killing this guy, just allow the bush to kill you. There you go, the bush will gobble you up, throw you around, and there you go, you're dead. All you need to do is revive at a nearby checkpoint. You get to keep all of the items you had, there's absolutely no consequence at all, and we can now make our way right back up the hill to say hello to the exact same enemies again. Right, here I am, back again, ready to say hello to these enemies, and yep, they are looking fantastic. There we go, that's our first bush dead, second bush on his way. It's a good thing that they can't really move very quickly. Mr. Deer, can you please get out the way? Otherwise, I will shoot you. There you go, go on. Scram. Sir, you're meant to run away now. There we go, this gentleman is dead as well. We take their abyss cell. But also, the bush dropped another thing. The bush dropped this here, Ascent 1. This is a preloaded abyss core that we can equip to some of our armor to allow us to climb even faster. So we're going to farm this spot for a little while until we have enough cores to put in all of our gear. Now, something else I actually do want to flex in this video is that I'm sure there's some of you watching who actually know the game Black Desert Online very well. And so you see someone like me, and you might feel that, you know, it's unfair that I have access to this game. After all, I wasn't invested in Black Desert Online. But a little known fact about myself is that actually I was one of the wealthiest individuals on the European servers of Black Desert Online. At my peak, I was the second highest rated trader on the server and the 9th wealthiest account. Now, if that isn't a gamer flex, I don't know what is. But also, yes, please don't judge me for wasting hundreds of hours of my life on an MMO. Alright, so there we go. I've managed to farm this area very well indeed. I can now go back to see the lovely witch just down the road, and she can throw some of my glorious new upgrades onto my equipment, making Kliff even more unstoppable. So yes, we are adding a load of miscellaneous buffs to all of our armor, but importantly, we're adding Spirit Siphon to our spear. Spirit is essentially this game's mana, meaning now when we hit people with our spear, we'll gain mana. And as the spear has such a large swing AoE, provided enough enemies are grouped up, we can essentially use magic attacks over and over again for free. So there we go, we're now more powerful than ever before, and I think it's time to protect our investments by defeating the invading army. I appear to have pulled out a shovel. That is not the right weapon for the occasion. We should be using the Spear of Righteousness, and we should be getting very righteous indeed. Big spin, you're dead. You're dead. There we go, that'll do. Sir, yeet, go flying. Right, there we go, we've murdered all of those people. And it's you. Right, we've done a good amount of liberating, but the area is still currently in the process of getting attacked. So in order to save the day, we need to raise a flag. So that way they know that everything here is safe. I think we generally just killed 4 people in one attack. Okay, I've got this big stick. It's a bit massive flag, and apparently I do get to occasionally just use it to smash enemies, so that's fun. All right, this is a big thing to carry, but luckily for me, with the power of tea, we can print stamina out of thin air, and we can carry this massive flagpole as far as it needs to go, so that way we can show the people that yes, the bank is still open for business, despite the ongoing war. The stock market has never looked better. Splendid, there we go. Flee this area, you pesky evil enemies. I've tackled you. Hello there, sir.
What do you think you're doing?
Sir, you were burning down the area where I have my gold stored. Take that, you evil scallywag, and another one. Huzzah! Right, sir, I sentence you for yeet death. Goodbye, yeet. This game is great. Right, making my way through the battlefield to this big fort in front of me. Yes, as you can guess, it's full of enemies who want to kill me. But also, this absolutely huge gentleman here with an absolutely massive hammer. Unfortunately for everyone involved, I'm going to immediately begin Operation Spin Around over and over again. There we go. So all I do is I do a spin attack. Everyone dies. If in the rare chance I do take a hit, I can just eat some of my endless supply of soup that I cooked up earlier. And if I run low on stamina, I just spin into a huge stack of enemies, and I'm able to resupply everything I need. Rolling away. You can't stop me. Oh, spinning anyway. Just another few till I kill you. Take on Spiff. Take on Spiff. Take Spiff on. You'll be gone, and I'll have a brew. Yes. And we saved the day. Oh, we're such a glorious hero. We might be wearing a comical bunny mask, but despite its terrible stats, it doesn't matter. For what we lack in that, we make up for in the glorious power of my spear. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Today I do believe this has been a perfectly balanced dive into Crimson Desert. Now, whilst this was a sponsored video, I personally will be playing more of this game. And if you want to see more videos, then do let me know in the comment section. It's incredibly useful for me to gauge your opinions. But yes, a follow-up is probably necessary, considering that I still don't know the value of my gold investment. Has it gone up in value, or has the ongoing civil war potentially ruined my investment portfolio? Oh, who said you could use video games to escape from reality? Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I have been the Spiffing Brit, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do want to check out the game yourself, there'll be a link down in the description. And if you do pick up the game, I hope you have just as much fun as I did getting lost in this absolutely massive open world. I would say I've covered maybe 10% of this game's mechanics and things that you can actually do in it. So yeah, go wild and tell me what you find in discovering this game. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. You're all absolutely glorious, majestic sausages. If you're looking for a video to watch next, look no further than this one on screen now. I think you're going to love it. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and goodbye for now.